Along a creek tributary of the Nueces River near Uvalde, Texas, rootstock for flood-resistant eastern gamagrass is being planted along the banks to help grow a robust riparian vegetation zone, one that can not only slow down destructive floodwaters, but capture and store them to ensure continued stream flow during the hill country's frequent droughts.
There very much is a compromise for us here on the Blanco River.
150 miles east in Wimberley, residents are meeting with representatives of the Texas Department of Parks and Wildlife and the Nature Conservancy to find out how they can do the same to protect themselves from major floods like the one on Memorial Day weekend 2015.
I think we can find a happy medium there where people get to enjoy their river, they see the river, they use the river and their riverbanks, but the river also has native vegetation.
That means instead of carpet grass stretching unchecked from house to river, residents are being advised to allow tall natural riparian vegetation to line the riverbank and install a pathway to the water through a riparian buffer, much like the river access trail on Bill Neiman's ranch along the Llano River in Junction.
We've got about a mile of riverfront here on this ranch, and this is our access point. It's 5 feet wide.
And it leads to a riverbank that is home to a wide variety of native riparian plants.
We've intentionally left tall vegetation, mixed grasses. Here we also have switchgrass, as stable as the eastern gamagrass.
How stable? In this example, eastern gamma and switchgrass with root systems as deep as 15 feet are thriving a month after the flood that knocked down nearby ancient cypress trees surrounded only by closely mowed, non-native carpet grass. Stability begins in the uplands where the first raindrops fall. Riparian areas rely on a community of specialized native vegetation working together. When cypress trees are surrounded by tall riparian grasses and woody plants, their roots interlock to create a reinforcing network to resist flood damage.
There is no way that you can get these out of the ground.
Bill Neiman grows switchgrass and eastern gamagrass and other riparian plants on his seed farm. The roots of native tall grasses can anchor soil as well as a large boulder, which explains why his son Weston is having a hard time digging one up, even with a pickaxe.
The density of this root mass is just almost indestructible. It can stand up to big floods, really big floods.
Consensus among experts is that it's best to have the vast majority of river and stream banks covered with strong, stable native riparian plants, like emery sedge, and eastern gamagrass, woody plants like buttonbush, and trees like pecan and, of course, bald cypress. An extensive list of plants can be found at remarkableriparian.org.
If you think back half of a millennium, 5 centuries, how could it be that plants like this could survive?
Neiman is standing near an ancient live oak, not far from the Llano riverbank, marveling at what nature can do without human interference.
And yet in the background, we hear bulldozers on the other side of the river, taking trees away.
Invading, cutting back, and remaking native riparian areas into urban-looking landscapes, laying down impervious ground cover, and clearing upland terrain for development, all lead to accelerated runoff and more damaging flood events. When homes are built anywhere in or close to the floodplain, lives and property are put in jeopardy. The Hill Country Alliance thinks it's time to step back and let Mother Nature do her thing, to give our streams and rivers the room they need to ebb and flow and meander and grow thick and tall with native riparian vegetation. It's the best way to ensure the health and beauty of the streams and rivers that make the Hill Country so special.